Alright, so to begin, I want you guys to write 10 traits about yourselves. I want you to think of them yourselves. If you can't, you're having a hard time, always ask a friend, a neighbor, different things that they've noticed about you. You could put these in your sketchbooks, your notebooks, and your laptops. As long as you have 10 that represent your personality, you're good to go. Next up, we're going to start brainstorming different colors that we can use to associate those words that we just used to describe ourselves. We're doing this because we want to relate it back to the Huichol people of Mexico and how they created their Ojo de Dios. They used colors that would represent the year that they had just experienced as their child was growing. So every year they would add a new color to their Ojo de Dios, and that's what we're going to be doing. So we're going to start associating those colors to the words that we use to describe ourselves. For me, I am a quiet person, and when I think of quiet, I think of cool tones, so I picked a nice light blue. I think that I'm a nice fun person, so I chose a bright, exciting pink because that's very fun to me. If you guys are having a hard time putting the color to the word, I want you to close your eyes and visualize different places, experiences, memories that might be associated with these words that you chose to describe yourself. So for example, to me, when I think of the word quiet, I'm going to close my eyes and I automatically think of the ocean, because to me the ocean is where I get my thoughts collected, it's quiet, it's calm, and the ocean is blue, so that's why I associated quiet with blue. I chose yellow for warm because obviously the sun is yellow, it's warm, it's inviting. I chose green because I'm an environmentally conscious person. Sorry, I spelled conscious wrong. I chose orange because I am an energetic person, and to me orange is a very excitable, energetic color. To me, in my head, it just bounces around. I chose purple for strong because I think that is a very strong looking color. It's powerful. I also chose red for loving because in our culture and many other cultures, red does typically symbolize loving or love. I chose a nice pale green for shy because I think it's a relatively shy looking color. It's not very bright, it's not in your face, it's a little muted. I chose pink because I'm female, and in our culture pink represents female. And dark blue I chose for calm because I think that's a very calming color, like the deep dark blue color of the ocean. So if you were listening, you could see the way that I processed my colors and the way that I figured out what colors go with what words. This is exactly what I want you guys to do. I want you to take your list of your words that you use to describe yourself, and I want you to start adding color to those words so that if we were to look at your Ojo de Dios, we can kind of get a look into your personality just from the colors that we're using. So now we're going to start doing our thumbnails. We're going to have 6 squares per page. So that means we're going to fold the paper long ways down the center. So you should line up your corners and fold the paper so that there is a vertical line down the center of your page lengthwise. Okay, so I have my vertical line lengthwise. And now what I'm going to do is split it into 3 sections. So 3 equal sections. I'm going to fold the paper over 2/3 of the paper and then fold that 3rd section on top. So we're going to have 6 squares total. I want at least 10 thumbnail sketches. In this example, I have 6, so that means I have to do at least 4 more. For the sake of you guys seeing it better, I am going to redraw my folds over in pencil just so you guys can see my 6 boxes. Okay, I'm going to label all 6 of them, and then I'm going to do this again so that I have at least 10. So now we're going to start filling in our thumbnail sketches with little sketches of what we think that we may use for our Ojo de Dios. So I'm going to use my sheet that I did the colors that correspond with my personality traits as a reference so that I always know the colors that I'm going to be using. I can start planning out different Ojo de Dios that I might want to do. This is just so that you can start brainstorming with ideas and start figuring out which techniques you would like to use or what the final product may look like. You might start it without doing a thumbnail and then finish it and realize I don't really like it that much. But if you do a thumbnail, you can see different techniques, different color combinations, and you can really get to choose which one you like better. So for in this one, on the first box, I did my lines by hand, I realized that I could totally make a straighter line if I just use a ruler. So next time I'm going to use my ruler. Because we have to use at least 4 sticks that we find in nature, I'm going to draw at least 4 sets of lines. So I'm going to have 8 sides total to my ojo de Dios. You could do more. It gets a little bit more challenging. You could always ask me how we could do it. But we're going to be starting off with at least 4, so 8 sides total. I am choosing my colors based on my reference sheet, and I'm doing different patterns throughout. The purpose of a thumbnail sketch is just so you guys can get familiar with what we're going to be doing so that you can start to brainstorm different techniques that you might want to use, different color combinations that you might want to use or not use. This is also another way that you guys can start to visualize what the end product will be like before you even start your Ojo de Dios. So this is very important that you guys do your 10 thumbnail sketches. You could do 20 if you want. You could do 30, but I want at least 10 thumbnail sketches of your Ojo de Dios. You're going to see throughout this video that I am going to get much better at my thumbnail sketches and more creative with my color combinations and with my techniques that I'm planning on using. So again, this is why it's really important that we're going to use our thumbnails so that we can just practice our techniques. Once you guys start creating your Ojo de Dios and you end up finishing it, the purpose of using all these colors with our personality traits is that so if someone were to look at your Ojo de Dios when it's complete, they can tell a little bit about your personality. Okay, so again, like I was saying, I'm going to start with a ruler this time because my lines were not straight last time. So you could do a ruler if you want. You don't have to use a ruler as long as your lines are relatively straight so that you can create those symmetrical patterns. So now I'm just going to go through fast forward so that you guys can see my different color combinations, my different techniques, and my different personalities throughout my Ojo de Dios. Okay, so now I have 6 total thumbnail sketches. Remember, I need 10, so I'm going to go ahead and do the same exact thing, folding my paper exactly how I showed you to make 12 total thumbnail sketches. I used all the colors that represent my personality through the ones that I chose. I'm going to choose number 3 because I think it represents my personality best through an Ojo de Dios. And now I'm going to get started on my weaving.